How's it going, guys? We're going to take a look at a replay. A very interesting matchup. Right, so we decided to go for the marksman specialist here. And my opponent's gone for the giant spec. So immediately I thought about just putting my mustangs at the back there. Play a little defensive on this one. And then get some fangs as well. Put fangs up ahead as our chaff. And then I just left the void eyes in the middle here. Sort of in the center of the map so they can be a little bit more versatile. Go left side or right side, whichever side my opponent's gonna go. So these void eyes in the middle, getting quite a lot of value out of them. By putting them in the middle, they're able to snipe the steel balls in the side there. Although he also placed a arc light in his center. So took out these guys who were having free reign in the middle there. Right. First round goes to my opponent. Next up, I took the intensive training here. And I gave another marksman a level here. So I put two marksmen. I put the free marksman we got, the level 3 marksman. I put him on the left there to sort of snipe out that arc light over there. And then I did the same thing on the other side as well. Placing another marksman, level 2. To try and get that arc light so that they don't take out this chaff. And then maybe we have a better chance of letting our void eyes do some work here. So my opponent's leveling up these steel balls. Bit scary. So we'll see what these marksmen on the side can do now. So they did snipe out those arc lights. Yeah, so we're doing really well on the left here with this level 3 marksman. Okay, able to take out the tower there and then hit these guys here. Still strong. Level 2 steel balls there. But we're able to pull back one here. Not let my opponent get too much momentum. This guy's really doing work. Okay. So next round, I decided to go for the wasps. Actually slow that down a bit. Because he doesn't have any anti-air. So I thought, you know what? Let's just get the wasps that side. He did play some crawlers there though. Which is going to distract my wasps. And then he's going for the EMP here. Interesting. Not much to EMP at this stage, but I don't know why he didn't go for my big guy on the left side there. Level 3 marksman. And so the wasps are coming in there, just harassing his back line basically, because they got distracted. They missed the tower there. So watch this marksman over here. Just surviving from the last crawler going down, and then he's able to take out the opponent's steel balls there. And then again, we're just cleaning up here. Good tower debuff. My opponent there, but this guy's just too good. Surviving there, slither of HP. Okay, next round, I decide they offered a Vulcan. I need to slow that down. So they offered Vulcan. I thought, yeah, I'm definitely going Vulcan with all of his chaff that he has here. So I got 2 Vulcans. Placed, you know, to get the most area here, cover that side of the map and this side of the map. And so yeah, we can just clear all the chaff, which means that my marksman and void eyes can have a field day on his steel balls, which they are there. This was a straightforward victory, because without chaff my opponent's board is not that good. Just slow this down. Okay, and then I saw the additional slot. I went for that. He went for improved war factory. Increase war factory's HP, 40% attack, 15 range, 10 decrease attack interval, but increase the recruitment costs. So scary war factory coming out there. Just straight up in the middle there, in front. And so I just added more marksmen as well with EMP. At this stage, you know, the EMP is not doing much yet, but maybe I shouldn't have gone for the EMP, but we just don't have the damage on this war factory of his. Even with my Vulcans are now, my Vulcan locked onto this thing, which means he wasn't clearing the steel balls or the chaff, so good counter against me. I just couldn't do anything there. Yeah, completely disabling my board with that war factory. So now I'm thinking, how am I going to counter that thing? And I decide, there's not much they're offering me, so I just decided to go for the Farseers, one on each side there. Just a more flexible unit, all-rounder unit, I think. It's not going to help me with the war factory per se, but that's why I brought the melting point here. And I aimed it directly at him, gave it range to try and snipe it. And then we also increased range, I think. Another EMP coming down there, but he adds another war factory on the other side, a level 2 war factory, which is very scary. So then my missile goes in, takes out that group there so that the melting point can focus this guy down. But the problem is this big guy on the right side there. He's gonna do the same thing that he did to me in the previous turn. Strong Vulcans, level 2 Vulcan there, but they can't do anything because of the war factory there. Marksmen are just, you know, they're throwing stones against the mountain here. We did manage to get this one, I think. Just, so that's nice. Little win there. But now I know his hand, and so I'll just place another. We both go for orbital javelin. I'll place another melting point on the right side to do the same thing with him. He's gonna orbital javelin this melting point, who has 71,086 HP. Orbital javelin does 70,000 damage, so we could survive with just 1,000 HP. And then I'll javelin his war factory, which has 170,000, 160,000 HP. So just try and chip away at him maybe. That's the best I can do there. Maybe it wasn't worth it orbital javelin him, but look how we survived at the Vulcan as well. They're surviving with baby HP, which means he's able to take that one down. And same thing going on the right side there. And now Vulcan can just Vulcan now, you know. Doesn't have to worry about some massive tank in front of him. This one went much better for us. But this game's still far from over. Right, I thought portable shield. Okay, he thought the same thing. Nice area here to do a portable shield. Protect some of these guys as well from any funny business. Missiles, maybe. I got another melting point as insurance. I thought about just investing more quality over quantity in these melting points. Maybe some more tech. But I thought, nah, let me just increase our number of Vulcan and melting points. Just as a backup in case anything happens to these guys. That was just my thought process. So I placed the other Vulcan there on the right side. And a melting point in the middle here as a backup melting point. And it turned out to be the right decision because my opponent was going to mobile beacon them away to safety. But luckily we had this Vulcan here who was able to clear the chaff there, and then that's just kind of a last ditch effort by my opponent maybe. Maybe we would have won anyway. But yeah, I think it was just good that we had a widespread board. Don't throw all your eggs in one area. And so, in this case, it really helped us out, yeah. Yeah, and that was the game. So yeah, just looking at my opponent, I mean, I was surprised to go up against against my Vulcans, and he basically just had them here for to tank and do some damage with the range. On his front line, the danger is always going to be, if it's this close, it's kind of easy for me to target it. I just need to missile these guys out of the way, or yeah, just basically missile them to get them out of the way quickly, and then lock onto them quickly. I think something that could have helped my opponent maybe was to give range to these steel balls at the back. But maybe my Vulcan's range was still too much. We didn't even go for Scorch, but we were still dealing quite well with them. I did also sell out of these Void Eyes, so we transitioned our DPS from the melting point, from the Void Eyes into the melting point. So I thought, what's the point of having these Void Eyes, and it's not worth it to invest anything in them. So I just started selling out of them. And I think that the EMP also hurt the range on these war factories. Eventually they couldn't even shoot at us. But that's going to be all for this replay commentary. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more.